So let us have some examples. So first is we must get the coefficient of x raised to 5, y raised to 2 in the expansion of x plus y quantity raised to 7. So you can think of it like 7 boxes, wherein each box is containing x and y. Okay, so our problem here is we want to pick 5 na x, and then we are going to select, of course, what's left would be selecting 2 y's. Okay, pick 2 na y's. So if we want to visualize that, so we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? So each containing x and y. And we are going to select 5x. So assuming na dito nag-select tayo ng 5 x. So yung matitira na lang ay magsaselect tayo ng 2 y. Tama? Okay, so paano natin gagawin yan? So we could make use of the binomial theorem. Okay, so for the coefficient, right, we have mentioned before that we can make use of n taken k. Right, so that would be, we have 7 boxes, and then we are going to select 5 na x, and this is also equivalent to 7 taken 2, right? Since we have n taken k is equal to n taken n minus k. So yung number of ways to count for selecting 5 na x's would be equivalent to selecting 2 na y's. Okay, and that is equal to 21. So how did we arrive to that? So we basically used the formula and factorial. And in this case, we have 7, right? And then k factorial. And that would be 5 factorial times n minus k quantity factorial. So 7 minus 5, that's 2 na factorial. And that would give us 7. Now, 21 pala, 21. So now what if we have this problem? So we want to get the coefficient of a raised to 5, b squared in the expansion 2a minus 3b raised to 7. So yung gagawin na natin is still the same. So we have 7 taken 5, meaning in this problem, we are picking or selecting 5 na a's. Okay, and since a and b have coefficients 2 and -3, we must also compute for those values. So 2 raised to 5 and -3 raised to 2 times a raised to 5 times b squared. And if we evaluate this one, so we already know from the previous example that 7 taken 5 is 21, correct? So times 2 raised to 5 times -3 raised to 2, that is equivalent to 6,048. And we have these terms a squared, a raised to 5, and b squared. So what about this one? We have an expansion binomial na term x plus y raised to 25. And we want to determine the coefficient of x raised to 12, y raised to 13. So in here, we could use this formula, 25 taken 13, or the number of ways to pick 13 y's. Okay, and just plug this into the formula of combination. So 25 factorial divided by 13 factorial times 25 minus 13, that's 12 factorial. Okay, and it would be the same if we follow 25 taken 12 or pick 12 na excess. Okay, and you can see that it will generate the same na values. So 25 factorial. And then the k is 12, so 12 factorial times 25 minus 12, so that would be 13 factorial. So you can see that they are equivalent. Okay. And what if we have the same? So we still want to look for the coefficient of x raised to 12 times y raised to 13. But in this case, the x and y have coefficients 2 and negative 3. So we just have to raise 2 to negative to 12, I mean, since x here has is raised to 12, and the negative 3, which is the coefficient of y, will be raised to 13 also. Okay, and we multiply that into 25 taken 13. So this is the combination of part. Okay. And we can see that the coefficient is negative. Okay? Because if you look at this, we have a negative number that is raised to an odd number, which will obviously result to a negative na integer.